Okay, guys, so we are on to the next go round. This is piston protrusion that we're checking here. For those of you that are rebuilding one of these guys and checking everything like we try to do here, you'll be checking piston protrusion before you go ahead and put the cylinder head on. That way you can make sure that there's absolutely no chance of interference. And especially if you're running a larger cam like a Hamilton 188-220 or anything larger than that, well, that would probably have to be fly cut. But anyway, so we're checking piston protrusion here on the 03 build. And what we wanted to show you is we've got a magnetic base and a dial indicator. So what we've done is we have zeroed it out on the block. And then we very carefully, and we do this several times so that we can get an accurate measurement. I've already done them all, so I know what it should spec in at, and that is exactly right, about 14 thousandths of piston protrusion. Yep, and we've zeroed out there. So like I said, we do that several times, and we try to be gentle with it. No need to be slamming it around, because that will throw things off. And there's definitely some, some variations in the surface of it, and you can even, well, and if you magnet it down, then that will help clear some of those variations out that you see, the aberrations. So this guy has the tallest piston that we've run into. Well, let's just go to it. So we go over here and we read what our piston protrusion is. So the tallest one is, we've got two, number 2 and 5, which come in at 15 thousandths of piston protrusion. And we have 12 as our shortest. So there are variations in here. Cummins specs are usually somewhere between about 16 to somewhere around 36. So you need to check those. If you're using Hamilton, I know for a fact that the Hamilton 188-220, because that's what we ran in the Black Hole and the Snowball projects that we did, those guys call for a piston protrusion of no more than 18 thousandths to be a drop-in. So if you're going with one of those guys and you have more than 18 thousandths piston protrusion, you got to run a larger head gasket. This guy has got some areas. 15 is pretty on the low side, but for us, that is absolutely nothing wrong. We don't mind it being slightly, and I mean slightly, decompressed. So those are the specs. So you're looking between 16 and probably 35 thousandths as a stock motor for your piston protrusions. If you're running a Hamilton 188-220 or anything that requires that kind of clearance, that's 18 thousandths for the max piston protrusion there. Okay, so hope this has helped you out a little bit. And remember, take your time with it and go ahead and run it a couple times and get an average. So that way you know that there's not something stuck under your magnet or something off, that you just didn't catch the first time. All right, guys. Well, we will be moving on to the next thing. We'll be cleaning this surface up and then putting the cylinder head on and doing the head stud install. We'll see you in a little bit.